Welcome to Pleb Gaming.
Alright. This is like the third take now because I fumbled up my recording here. But I want to yap about the Predator movie. Predator Badlands. It was tough. I liked it. It was way better than the trailers made it look. Please, like, don't judge this movie based on the trailers. It's like, I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, my initial reaction was, oh god, this is gonna be so underwhelming. I thought it was gonna be so bad, but it wasn't like dreadful. It was good. So yeah, I'm just gonna play some Doom and we're gonna discuss Peak franchise. And that is one topic that I'll bring up. But first, because I've got these in order of, like, I don't know. I'll put these in some kind of order. I don't know how to describe it. Well, the first, like, complaint question mark is, like, the hair, like the little tentacle things on the new Yaja's back. Because it looks so goofy, man. I'm not, like, after actually going to watch the movie, like, it was really goofy. But it was, the trailers, like, because I only really saw the trailers twice, because I was like, oh, I'm not watching this again. But at first glance, it looked like they, like, shaved off, like, the little tentacle things to create, like, a sort of undercut. But then after, like, actually watching it, I realized that they just weren't there and he'd had them tied up. Which I prefer a lot more, because they don't look like hair, and I don't think they're meant to be hair. So I was really worried as to why they're cutting them as such. And the thing with the hair, a lot better in the final thing than in the trailers. I don't know if they went back and changed anything, or I might just be delusional when I first saw it. That is a very viable option. But yeah, that's something that happened, or something that was there that had some kind of thoughts on it. The next thing I wanted to yap about was they're sort of like merging with the Alien verse. It doesn't seem to be that they're going into, or no, I'm being optimistic there. I hope they don't go like full Marvel and like make a whole Predator Alien universe, a cinematic universe with streaming services entirely based around it, and like, wow, there's different Arnies, and like each one has magical powers, and like I really don't want them to go there. But it doesn't, like, and while they are showing some like telltale signs of it with, like, you know, the whole like synth subplot of like, it's like, oh, not every Predator is pure evil, and it's like they don't always work well, and it's like family values type movie, which I thought was kind of whack. Overall, the key themes of the movie were kind of due to, I don't want to say it doesn't feel like a Predator movie, but then again, they're all really different. Like, compare the Arnie one with, like, I don't know, Predators, the one with the S on the end. They're very different films. I haven't seen Predator 2 yet. That's definitely high on the list of experiences. But I've heard a lot of things about Predator 2, and I think that it'd be a fun watch. Next up, we gotta, I'm done yapping about that for now. I might come back to it. Yaja lore. They expanded a lot on Yaja lore, both at the start and at the end. In the between the movie, like in the middle, they didn't really talk much about it, but the little intro was cool, showing Yaja Prime. I quite liked how it sort of... Oh, actually, this brings me to another point. I am so glad it doesn't speak English. No, well, obviously, I kind of prefer it didn't talk at all. Obviously, you can't... Silent protagonists in film is really annoying and difficult to pull off, so I'm not gonna hate on them for giving them some cool sort of languagey type thing. But the expansion sort of on the Yaja lore was... It was pretty good. I get, like, their whole point, though, is that, like, they really respect their clans, so I don't know why the dad is such a poo-poo head in this movie. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, main character has an abusive father. That's the whole plot. That's the whole plot. He has an abusive father and he's, like, trying to get revenge. It's a really silly film, man. I don't really know, like, where the plot was going, because it was really going somewhere with it, like, building up to, like, fight the Kalisk. Which is, like, this big, sort of, hulking monster that can regenerate, which was so... I didn't like that they made it, like... It didn't feel very creative with them. Their excuse for this being so powerful wasn't by making it, like, some giant, like, sort of... Is it megalophobia that I was called? I thought it'd be really cool if they pulled some sort of megalophobia type thing where it's giant. It's so big that, like... You know what I'm talking about. I'll pull up some images of what I mean. If it was like a monster like that, that'd be really cool or something. But instead, no, they just made it, oh yeah, it can regenerate, so like, you can't kill it, because if you cut off its head, it'll just reattach. It was such a boring way of doing an unkillable enemy. It could have been, like, you could have done it so it was like a hive mind, or like, you know, like a giant cluster of enemies all forming together to make one, or it could be some kind of like flesh monster type thing. I have a lot of ideas for stuff like that, which is why I was kind of disappointed with the route they chose to go with this movie, because you can just, like, there's so many other routes you could have taken, and they chose the safest option, which was, oh yeah, it regenerates, which doesn't make any sense, because if you can cut off its head and it'll, like, just grow back, then how come when it blows up from the inside, it doesn't just do what Straight So does in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 and just, like, collect the mass. So yeah, it kind of went very unexplained. I would at least come up with a good excuse for using it. Oh, okay. The end was, like, I have a love-hate relationship with how the movie ended, because, like, the way it ended with, like, the whole, oh, this is, like, my new family now, wah, with, like, I don't know, the end felt very Marvel-y. That's one big criticism I have, because it was sort of, you know, classic, in a world far from humanity, a rat-tat team of aliens. You know the type of I'm talking about, man? It wasn't great. I really didn't like how it ended. I just like the little tidbit of sort of like the nod to like Yaja lore with like how the mother of the Yaja's like really powerful or whatever. I like that little nod because like little tidbit of lore that a lot of people know and I only knew fairly recently is that the female Yaja are actually like seen as like they're like the alphas, I guess, which is pretty silly because it's like that's kind of it's very niche because they have no reason to ever mention it. So I don't know. I got it from like 2 YouTube shorts. That's it. So yeah, nice little nod because there are like 30 people online who care about the lore of this. I am one of them. That was pretty cool. And the rest of the ending though was just it felt so corny.
This is the part where I give spoilers now.
It could have been, like, I don't know why they sort of ended on, like, he should have been the one to kill the dad. At the end, when, like, he uses the, like, Baby Kalisk to bite the head off the dad. That felt so anticlimactic for me. Because the whole thing was built up of, like, this character's, like, resentment for his dad. And it's like, the whole point is him going back to get to Red. And then he has him on his knees, like, ready to, like, have the main character cut his head off. Instead, they get the freaking Callus to bite his head off. It's just, there's no triumph there. Like, they have, like, the rest of his new, like, clan or whatever, they have no connection to this guy whatsoever. Why did they get to be the one to kill him? Then it was kind of doo-doo. The only thing that saved it for me was that little tidbit of lore information. One complaint I've been seeing a lot of people give for this movie, though, which I don't agree with, is them saying, like, A lot of people are calling this game, or this movie. Sorry, I've been too busy yapping about video games in my other videos. But a lot of people are just going around calling this, this is woke nonsense. This is propaganda because all of the new family are all women's, and the mothers are like, what? They're more this, and apparently they're divorced. Wow, which is really goofy to me, because, well, for one, because they're using woke as an insult. I don't think people know what the factual definition of woke is. It means to be aware of, like prejudice and stuff. Which, I mean, why are you using damn you knowledgeable piece of media? How dare you be aware of the events around you? I would agree with using Disney as an insult. I don't know about having social awareness, though. So yeah, overall, like 6.5 out of 10 movie. It was pretty good. I feel like this is gonna become an overhated movie, so I figured I may as well get ahead of the curve. I did like, and like there was a little like montage of the Yaja like gearing up and like using the like environment around him, just like Arnie did in the original. I did like that. I did like it. It felt very good. Sound design was really good in that movie as well. It felt very like, it felt like a more aggressive Dune. I really like this. I really like the sound design in this. It was very cool. Basically, overall, cool for lore. Cool at building atmosphere. Just some like little nitpicks that I didn't really feel with. So yeah. Bye bye.